Clergy who fought against the unbelievers and spilled blood in the storming of Alcácer are to be absolved from all censure for the murders they committed and restored to their former ranks of honor and dignity. Pius Bishop, servant of the servants of God, for a future record of the matter. It has been lately shown to us on the part of our dearest son in Christ Alfonso, illustrious king of Portugal and Algarve, that, when some time ago that very king, in order to expand the borders of the Christian faith and also to reform infidels to Orthodox faith in the parts of Africa which are occupied by Muslims and adversaries of the life-giving cross, had personally gathered a great armed force and a multitude of secular warriors and of regulars, as well as clerics and clergy, and besieged the town of Alcácer, which at that time was being detained by the very infidels, and which he thereafter, through the Lord Maker, took by force. The above-mentioned priests and clergy fought keenly alongside the other warriors, with the same arms, assisting the king and his host of men against the very infidels, as much for their own defense and that of the king's host of aforesaid persons, and for the assault of the town's very infidels, as for having been kindled by the zeal of faith. And they offered the same king outstanding strategy, help, and favor. In which combat and assault, in fact, several became wounded and mutilated, some of whom breathed their last. Wherefore it was humbly begged of us on the part of the aforesaid king that we would deign, out of apostolic kindness, to favorably look after the state of these same priests and clergy concerning these matters. We, therefore, who strive for every individual's salvation, being inclined to such entreaty, absolve, by apostolic authority, through the provisions here given out of certain knowledge, each and every priest and cleric, secular and regular alike, who took part in the storming of the above-mentioned town along with the said king, as described above, or however else they offered help, strategy, and favor therein, all of whose names, surnames, characteristics, and ranks, including those previously held or which they now hold, administrations or offices, and ecclesiastical, secular, and regular benefices we wish to be considered as expressly and specially designated for the present, from the guilt of such homicides, and from each and every sentence of excommunication, suspension, and interdiction, and other ecclesiastical sentences, censures, and penalties, if they incurred such thereby, etc., restoring those same to their former rights. Given at Mantua in the year 1459, on the 3rd Ides of October, in the 2nd year of our pontificate, 13th of October of 1459.